friends, my name is Jen and I love cookies. So I feel like I am finally making progress on digging myself out of the mountain of cookies that I have purchased since I started this YouTube channel, particularly in the boxed cookies department. So I decided it was time to continue to make headway on the boxed cookies situation. And today I am going to be rating another Girl Scout cookie. This is one I have talked about a lot. These are trefoils, or when I was growing up, I just called them shortbreads. And they are traditional shortbread cookies. As far as I know, these have been around like forever. I think they are the longest lasting Girl Scout cookie. My favorite, no, I'm not gonna say that yet. Let me take them out of the box and then I'm gonna say what I was just about to say. So, my favorite thing about trefoils is that a serving size is 5. So I get to eat all of these at once, which is super exciting. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. That's my favorite part about these cookies. If you are not familiar with them, they have the Girl Scout logo, I guess. I'm trying to find the best one where it's the most clear. Let's go with this one. Printed on them, Girl Scouts, yay! I was a Girl Scout for many years. And they're just classic shortbread cookies, so I think that's all I've got. Let's dig in. I think I had a certain vision of these in my head because I've been talking about them so much. They are both crunchier and less flaky than I remember them being. They do taste very buttery, but I feel like the butter taste comes in at the end. Like this is hard because I loved these growing up, but to be fully and completely transparent, it's kind of like cardboard at the beginning and then it ends with delicious buttery goodness. So, when I was growing up, my sister and I were both Girl Scouts, and my parents bought cookies from both of us, so we had a lot. And so they used to stick the boxes, many of them, in the freezer. So I grew up in this weird situation where I had Girl Scout cookies year round. So I know a lot of people get really excited about Girl Scout cookies, you can only buy them one time of the year, but we literally always had them. They weren't a special occasion for me, so we ate them pretty slowly because they were a normal thing. Where I'm going with this, I just opened the second sleeve of cookies in this box right before I started the review, and I'm wondering if maybe the reason they're harder than I remember them being, or crunchier I guess, is because I'm just so used to eating them stale after the package has been open for a while and they've had some time to soften. I think that's a very real possibility. The butter at the end is still very strong. The nostalgia in me wants to like these more than I do. But now that I've eaten so many cookies, be honest guys, they're just not that good. I'm sorry, Girl Scouts. I still love them. Like, the nostalgia in me is not letting me let go of these cookies. But the increasingly objective cookie reviewer in me is like, yo, girl, these just aren't how you remember them being. even relative to like other boxed shortbread cookies I've had, these are kind of low on the scale. I'm so sad right now. I do think there's a hint of vanilla in here as well, just to throw that out there. There's definitely a strong, it's just a moment. Like the very first moment when you bite into it, you're like, oh, this is cardboard. And then it turns into vanilla. And then it turns into butter. So it doesn't last, but at the beginning. We've got nothing else to add. Let's jump to the rating. These were my favorite Girl Scout cookies growing up, aside from the discontinued raspberry sandwich ones. And I am very sad to have to do this, but they just are not as good as I remember them being. They're a little bit crunchier than I'd like them to be. There is the hint of cardboard at the beginning. Their texture and flakiness just isn't as good as some of the other shortbready cookies that I've had that come in a box. So, as much as it saddens me, and while I still appreciate that I got to eat 5 of them as a whole serving, I'm gonna go 4.6 on this one. That was my genuinely surprisingly low review for Girl Scout Trefoils. Will I finishing this box? Yes. Will I wait until they get stale? Probably, because I think that might be why I remember them as being better than I think they are right now. But I am disappointed that they're not objectively as good as I wanted them to be. If you like watching me talk about cookies, please like, comment, or subscribe below. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day and eat more cookies.